Coach, you went on the road and picked up a win at Tennessee State, remaining 4-0 in the OVC, and you're in a real nice spot going into this last week of the season.
Yeah, proud for our team, proud for our staff. From an overall standpoint, not a whole lot of teams in the country that play the first 10 games and then get to the last game with something on the line. And we sure, for us, an opportunity to, at worst, tie for the league championship. That's what you do, all the off-season work and the lifting and the running and the practicing and stuff to get to this. So I know our players will be excited, and I'm proud for them from that standpoint. For our concerning the game, I thought our defensive staff did an outstanding job. Going to make Tennessee State beat us, not beat ourselves. And I thought our kids, on defense had a really good week of practice. I saw a lot of leadership. I saw a lot of confidence. And to hold a team to 3 points, in any game during the year, you got to be pleased with that. And to score on defense again, we've been very opportunistic in those turnovers, and the kids have done a good job. I think that was more of a leadership role that I've seen all year from Rob Hicks and John Ford, especially John Ford from a vocal standpoint. I think he is. We're to the point now to where, he sees the end of this. And so I think that gave us a really good vibe on the sideline, and the defense responded to that. Injecting Ty Woods into the lineup was obviously was a big boost for us, and in his play, moving O'Shea out to corner. Ty brings us a lot of energy and has been making plays back there. So very pleased with that. So good job of that. Offensively, there wasn't as much consistency as we needed. We moved the ball at times, but just one guy here, one guy there that prevented it from having a bigger game. Some busted assignments down on the goal line to not, and to turn the ball over down there. That was just disappointing. So, credit Tennessee State for stopping us, but we got to be able to get those in and extend that lead there. Just okay on special teams. Missed a kick. I didn't kick the ball as deep as we needed to on some kickoffs. So a lot of things to improve on, to point out, and you have to do those things and concentrate on today. Can't look forward to next Saturday, and you got to learn from the lessons from this past week as well.
Senior day this weekend. Colton even talked post game about how he only had 4 quarters left guaranteed at Hardy Graham Stadium. What does that senior class mean to you? You've talked about it kind of all season, but you have several 6-year guys, and some other guys that have been here a long time. They've made a lot of plays.
No, you're right. I guess this is the second year in a row we've had 6-year guys, right? With the pause of the eligibility back in 20. So it is kind of neat. From Austin Pickett last year, and DeBose, and Rodney Williams, and you think, oh goodness, how are we going to? We're going to miss those guys so much. And then you turn the page into this year with, with Colton Dowell, with John Ford, with Dresser Wynn. So, that's what you said. I don't know how you replace those guys. I'm sure we will, and we'll figure out a way. But, no, it is special to me. I appreciate those kids and what they've done here for the program, and I hope they – we can play well this week, and they can have a pretty unique memory. One thing this class can do, right, that other classes hasn't done is have an opportunity to be back-to-back OVC, first place. So, that's pretty neat legacy they could have.
Struggled through the course of the year on third down. So over the last 2 weeks, playing 2 very good defenses, 43% conversion rate on third down. What's been the difference in the last 2 weeks?
I was analyzing that yesterday and stuff, and I think part of it, and don't get me wrong, you still want to be in the 40s and even better. But for us, it's points per game. This team is how it's built. So the last two weeks, teams have held us under our scoring average, held us in the 30s. So if you ask me which one would I trade off, I'll take the points and give up the third down average, because the third down average, and we held the ball for 40 minutes, okay, and that was similar to last year, and we won 20-3, and you make a field goal, it's 23, right? You punch that other one in right there, it's 30. And you're saying, hey, 30-3, good job. But sometimes that may be not how this quarterback's built and how this team is built. So every week you're trying to find a different way. Hey, what do we do good? What does the defense allow you to do? Okay, and the games, tends to unfold a little differently weekly basis. But no, you're right. You say last 2 weeks better on third down. Well, we also hadn't scored 30-plus points either. So I would take the points and see if we can eliminate some turnovers.
Everybody knows, or your kids will know what EIU comes into the game with record-wise.
Mhm.
And you kind of mentioned a few things here about the last home game and chance to repeat and that kind of thing. What, it sounds like, obviously it sounds like an obvious question here, but what kind of message will you have when you meet with your kids?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between, Tennessee State was, had lost 4, had won 3, and then had lost a couple in a row, right? And was the number 1 defense, total defense in the conference. There's only like 50 yards difference between Tennessee State and Eastern Illinois in total defense, okay, which is not, you're talking about 2 plays, okay? So that'll be the message of the offensive kid. Turn the tape on and look. Last week the SEMO game, I mean, it's 7-0, I think, going into the second quarter, and a muff punt or something, and allowed that to be. So defensively, it's a problem. And there's some close games that they've dropped as well. So I really don't think anybody in this league, there's a whole lot of difference. It'll come down to, the turnovers, big plays, penalties. I don't think anybody's so much better than anybody. I'd be disappointed if our team, if they don't, that we're not mature enough to see that on tape and understand that, you don't get any do-overs. There's no doubleheader. You get 4 quarters on Saturday, and whatever the scoreboard says at the end of it is how the thing rolls. So that'll be my message.
I come from the world of regionalization in the playoffs,
Mhm.
where, it's a pretty perfect
Mhm.
formula. I feel like where the national polls didn't matter at the D2 level, it was
Mhm.
your regional ranking. I feel like here, there's
Mhm.
a lot of jockeying and
Mhm.
things like that. We're back in the national polls this week, but it also seems like there's a formula where they're looking at how you're playing at the end.
Mhm.
On things, how important is Saturday to maybe make that statement when you're playing for something beyond Saturday?
Right.
And I know that's
Yeah. No, I mean, that's part of it. That's part of it when there's some different things that are out of your control. I told the staff this morning, don't waste your time on asking me about coin flip and this, that, and the other. I mean, I don't have any answers on all that, okay? That'll all be new to me. We're just going to spend our time this week just winning this week. Just win this week, because that's the most important thing. It's our athletic director, Kurt McGuffin, will have everything ironed out, for me. Beth DeBush in the conference office, hopefully I'm sure we're doing everything we can to get 2 teams into that field of 24. That's their job. I've got enough to do to get a football team ready, and that's all I can concentrate on. And I'm sure they'll do a great job, and we need them to.
East Illinois has always been a tough out for this
Mhm.
program. You go, last year, you go up there and the wind was blowing like it always does in Charleston. But
Right.
it's always been a tough out. Do the kids realize that, or is that really something that the staff?
No, you kind of, I mean, the ones that played last year understand. I mean, that was a very tough game for us, and early in the Coach Spoo and Dino Babers there, some tough games. I don't know exactly what our record is against them in 16 years, but certainly a program of great tradition. So that's something that I know, okay, and there's certainly a lot of pride there, and if you're not playing for an opportunity for a championship, right, you're trying to win and get in the off season with some momentum and something to build on and stuff. So I'm sure that would be my message if I was, coaching any team coming in here this week.